Kick ups and hoops. Welcome to the show. Subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. AJAX 2, TELSTAR 0. And y'all can tell by my response and my face that this was another dead game. This was even worse than the Arsenal game last night. This was horrible. You know, let's talk about it, right? Because you would think with the way AJAX would start, right? You check the lineup and you would think, okay, this should be at least like a 3-0, 3-0, 4-0 win where we play well. It was the exact opposite. The exact opposite. I'm sorry. That was one of the most horrible games ever. Because you're playing against Telstar, right? Telstar is in the KKD, the championship of the Netherlands. You cannot blitz them off the park. Check if you go check the second team of AJAX, right? Young AJAX. They beat them 3-0 and they play better. But we can't do the same. The senior team, the first team cannot play Telstar off the park. That's embarrassing. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You know what's funny though? At the end of the game, the announcer right at the stadium, there wasn't even a player of the match. He gave the player of the match to the fans. That was funny. That's how bad it was. No, there were no standouts. Though. But there are a few things I have to say though. You know, and I'm going to actually talk about the standouts that stood out in a bad way. Starting with Berghuis. If anybody at AJAX even thinks about renewing his contract, fire him. Fire him. Because first of all, Berghuis is aging. Second of all, he is not good anymore. Even then, like he only had one good season where, of course, the team was at its best, where you had top players. But now, when he has to do the leading, he's not leading at all. When you need him the most, he is ghost. So why would you renew someone like that? He came back worse than ever from his last injury. Like, I'm sorry, like if you're gonna renew Berghuis, something is definitely not right in your head. That basically means they were still having the same practices of the former regimes, just making stupid decisions, bad decisions, awful decisions that's going to set back the club for at least another few years. Because why would you extend Berghuis but not extend Ryan Bonita, one of our most talented youth players? Give him the extension that he deserves instead of giving that to an aging player that's not good anymore. Give it to somebody who's the future of the club. No, invest in your future. Use your brain, Alex Cruz, or anybody that even thinks about extending Berghuis. Awful game. He's been awful for a while. You cannot put him anywhere. He's not even decoration. You cannot put him anywhere. You cannot put him on the right wing. You cannot put him on the 10. He's just awful. And then another standout in a bad way, Brian Brobbey. I keep telling you all about this guy. At this point, he also needs to go. Because Akpom and Weghorst, even though they also have a hard time finishing their chances, but Brobbey's the worst of the worst. Because his technique is the most awful. One of the worst strikers I've ever seen in the AJAX shirt. And the only reason why people still have some sympathy for him, I keep saying, is because he's a youth product. Meanwhile, he bought him back from Leipzig when he ran away because he didn't want to battle for a spot with Haller. And a lot of people forget that. I do not. No, like his technique is so awful. And he only can do one thing. And that's back into his opponent. How many times I keep saying like that he is so limited technically. And even in his arsenal, like in what he can do, that he's just like Even people say, "Oh yeah, but we play better when he's there." Like, do we? Even his link-up play is not that great. Y'all act like it's Olivier Giroud link-up play. Even Zirkzee has better link-up play skills than Brobbey. I've seen better link-up play from Haller. I'm sorry, the way that y'all talk about Brobbey is like we have never seen so many great strikers in this club. Maybe y'all weren't alive, or y'all forgot, or y'all were too young. I don't know what it is, because y'all act like we never seen Suarez or even Zlatan. We like Stefan Pettersson, like those guys. I'm not even going to mention the absolute best of the best, like Marco van Basten or Patrick Kluivert, because we already know that's a whole different category. Even Suarez as well. But Suarez didn't really play striker as much. But you know what y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all, the way that these fans had like the whole Brobbey so high is weird to me. No, like only because I have a soft spot because he's a cool guy. Okay, but cool guy, he might be the nicest guy off the field, but on the field, you need to be better. You can't be the nice guy. If you don't perform, go. I'm sorry. Just not good enough. You know what I'm saying? And Henderson as well. Henderson had I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a dead game, man. You gotta do better against a team like TELSTAR. Y'all cannot, like, at least score 4. I mean, we had a lot of chances, especially at the end of the game. But even then, it's like, bro, like Akpom coming in, like decision making of whatever, man. Because I don't have words for Akpom anymore. He scored a great goal, though. I must say that, like that cross from High the headless chicken, because that's where that he also got a decision making of a balloon. Like that, bro doesn't think at all. But Akpom, like, why do we keep playing him on the left wing? You know what I'm saying? And that comes down to the manager. I'm going to talk about him in a bit, but it's like Akpom is, bro. I don't blame him, but at the same time, he really thinks he's fucking Neymar on the left wing, bro. No. Other than that, I don't really have much complaints. So it was just a dead game. Like, from individually, I don't have much complaints. So individually, it was just like, no, there were no standouts. And as a whole, it was just average. So let me talk a little about the manager, because it comes down to him. And the reason why you could say we didn't perform is because, like I said this many times before, Farioli's rotation stuff, like the whole like starting with a whole new lineup, a whole different lineup every game. It doesn't really have a lot of it has benefits, but it also has its downsides. And the downsides is like there's no routine, there's no patterns. You can see it because even though you start with your best 11, there isn't really a lot of routine or patterns that these players like can know or create, So you're gonna be stuck with players that are thinking like, okay, what and there aren't players that can take the game by the hand. Like take the game, like grab the game by the scruff of the neck and do something individually. Like Godts is not there yet, Godts is a player that can do that ability-wise, but he's not there yet from a mental standpoint. From what I'm trying to say is he's just not there yet in his progression because he's not consistent enough, and he still needs to get a little better. But you don't have the players to individually change the game. So you need players that like no routines, no patterns. You know what I'm saying? So Farioli needs to, like, at some point he needs to stop doing this whole having a whole different lineup every game, and at some point realize, you know what, it's time to have a base 11 that's going to be the starting 11, the strongest 11 assembled. Or else you're going to have you're going to have games like this where you can just not figure it out, because teams like this, they'll put like a mid block or a low block, and then what are you going to do? Because not everybody plays that final PSV that want to play attacking football. You know? So he needs to figure that out soon. And also, Ajax fans, I saw some concerning tweets talking about, oh yeah, we need to keep Fadioli as long as possible. 2 years, 3 years is the max. Not 5 years, because I don't want to see, because if he don't win any silverware in between that time, it's time to go. And also, if he keeps doing this weird stuff, like the whole rotation and stuff, he needs to go as well. And also, he needs to start implementing the youth as well. Because you cannot tell me that the Faberski and the Mokio, Baumann, or, yeah, who else? Who else? Like Bonita? You know what I'm saying? Like certain guys that are in the youth academy, or even on the second team, they definitely can't get minutes. You cannot tell me they cannot get minutes. They'll do better than some of these players on the bench. Like that fucking tree, Bronco van der Boma, the Slender Man. Even though he didn't have a bad game, like it's still not good enough. He found his level, like TELSTAR's his level, but next game he's not gonna do anything. He found his level, TELSTAR. Good for him. They sell him to like a KKD team, because I don't want to see Bronco van der Boma after the winter break. But no one Cruz, no one Fadioli, they'll probably keep him around. Like, why do you want to keep Pinocchio around? Like, swear to God, man. So, need to do something. Like, Fadioli needs to, like, really learn from his mistakes. You know what I'm saying? And then also needs to stop doing all this smooth talking and stuff. He really talking like a Don, you know? He really talking like he a fucking... Like whatever, he talking like he Fabio or something like that. He talking too smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, I want to hear this talk about, oh yeah, but I love Ajax and all this stuff. Like, bro, just act normal for once. We do like, just be a football manager, right? Just don't do all the extra stuff. Like, this is not what we hired you for. I don't want Arteta 2.0. I don't want Arteta from Timu. You know what I'm saying? Now, not that he's not doing a bad job so far, and he does some things a lot better than Arteta does. And Arteta said phase 6 or phase 7, whatever it is. But he also has some stuff that I do not like. I don't need a zesty manager. I just need a football manager that knows how to put the pieces together and make a winning team and make us play good. And also implement the youth, because you're at Ajax, and the foundation is the youth academy. Don't forget that. You're not at any other club. You're at Ajax, where the foundation is the youth academy. So I'll start implementing those pieces as well. But one thing's for sure, though. The positive is we're up to the next round, especially after last year where we had that howler against Hercules. And also another positive is when the winter break, no training camp, which is fine. We're finally staying at home base training, which is good. We don't need to go anywhere like for Spain or Switzerland or whatever, Turkey. Like, no, just stay at home. We can have a friendly here. You know what I'm saying? And I also hope that he can like just build, just while he's having his training, while he's doing training here in the winter break, he can also like check out some of the youth, implement some of the youth players, more youth players, and ditch out the ones that are not good enough. Talking about Rasmus and Banel, because they're still around. I don't know why they're around though. Like, it's just dead food. But with that being said, we move on. Dead game, but we move on. We take the win, 2-0. Sparta on the weekend, away game. Looking forward to that match reaction. And tomorrow, basketball video. Don't forget to check out my previous video about Arsenal against Crystal Palace. And tomorrow I'm going to try watch the game against Arsenal if I'm home on time. If not, maybe I'll hop on. I don't know. I'll just maybe hop on Northside stream or something. I don't know, but I'll try and make a match reaction for that if I'm able to see the game or not. But with that being said, I am out.